conversation about the moderates on hold because apparently Ed has Senator Gillibrand. But before we go to Ed, I want to play a little exchange that Senator Gillibrand had during the debate. Let's listen.
When the Senate was debating middle-class affordability for child care, he wrote an op-ed. He voted against it, the only vote. But what he wrote in an op-ed was that he believed that women working outside the home would, quote, create the deterioration of family. He also said that women who were working outside the home were, quote, avoiding responsibility. And I just need to understand, as a woman who's worked my entire career as the primary wage earner, as the primary caregiver. In fact, my second son, Henry, is here. And I had him when I was a member of Congress. So under Vice President Biden's analysis, am I serving in Congress resulting in the deterioration of the family because I had access to quality, affordable daycare? I just want to know what he meant when he said that.
That was a long time ago, and here's what it was about. It would have given people making today $100,000 a year a tax break for child care. I did not want that. I wanted the child care to go to people making less than $100,000, and that's what it was about. As a single father, who in fact raised 3 children for 5 years by myself, I have some idea what it cost. I support making sure that every single solitary person needing child care get an $8,000 tax credit now. That would put 700,000 women back to work, increase the GDP by almost 0.8%. It's the right thing to do. If we can give tax breaks to corporations for these things, why can't we do it this way?
But, Mr. Vice President, you didn't answer my question. What did you mean when you said...
Senator Gillibrand is with us now. Senator, why did you decide to go after Joe Biden on this issue? You kind of previewed it last week when you were campaigning, but why now?
I think it's really important with President Trump in the White House, a clear misogynist who degrades and devalues women all the time, that we have a nominee who has a real sense of clarity on these issues. The language he used in that op-ed was really disturbing to me to read as a mother. I've worked outside the home my whole life, but for good, affordable daycare, I couldn't do my job. My second son I had as a member of Congress. And the words he used was, women working outside the home created the deterioration of family, end quote. Quote, that they were avoiding responsibilities, end quote. So I wanted to ask him very directly, what did you mean when you said that? And do you still believe that? Because we need to know that America's women have a champion as the Democratic nominee who are going to fight for things like national paid leave, affordable daycare, universal pre-K. That makes all the difference to the world for a working family.
But the former vice president came back and said, well, you know, we have known each other for a long time and you've never raised this issue before until you were running for president. Why?
I didn't know he said those words before, and they're shocking to me. I mean, that's why I really wanted him to explain what he meant and whether he still believed it, because it's contrary to how I was raised. My grandmother worked outside the home. My mother worked outside the home. And so I've only known women who have provided for their kids because they have to, but also provided for their kids because they want to make an impact and help people in their community. Both my grandmother and my mother helped people in their community.
Is it disqualifying in any way for the vice president?
If he still believed it today, yes.
Are you satisfied with his record since?
He said tonight that he didn't believe it then, so fine. I'm still disturbed by what he wrote, and I can take him at his word that he doesn't believe that, but that's why I asked the question. Because we're deciding who the best person to lead the Democratic Party is, and women are on fire in America right now. We just flipped the House of Representatives because women voted in record number, ran in record number, the most diverse class. And so if you don't have the back of America's women are going to value them in every aspect of their communities, their families, in the workplace, then I don't think you're the right choice. I believe I am the right choice. I've been championing these issues. I'm the only presidential candidate that's actually put forward a robust family bill of rights to make sure every family can thrive in the economy. I'm really passionate about these issues.
You going to make it to the debate stage in September?
I am, because everyone who's watching right now is going to KirstenGillibrand.com and guarantee me a spot on that debate
If you've been
stage.
watching, you see what they do here.
You need to do it. I need to get there.
But you have a fundraising issue, you have a polling issue as well, right?
Right, and that's why these debates are so important. It gives me a chance to tell and show the American people how I'm going to beat Trump. I've done it before. I win in these red and purple places just like Michigan, places like Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, and I haven't lost an election since. It's what I do, and I pass legislation because I want to help people. And so I have a record that's different than others. I have a different level of experience, and I tried to share a little bit about that tonight.
You're a member of the Armed Services Committee back in Washington. You were not at that hearing this week with the Air Force general who was accused of sexual assault by one of his former colleagues, and you saw that one of your colleagues on the committee, the Republican Martha McSally, essentially said that the general was falsely accused.
I strongly disagree.
And I wonder how it would have been if you'd been there. Do you regret not being there?
I asked the chairman, and I wrote a letter to the chairman and the ranking member that there was no rush to have the vote this week, none whatsoever. And I don't think we've had access to all the information we should have had. I went and listened to the survivor's testimony. It was deeply disturbing.
Because you met with her behind closed doors, right?
It was a behind closed doors hearing. Her testimony was believable. It was detailed. It had corroborating evidence, and I think that the committee rushed, and they should not have voted on his nomination yet. I, of course, let my views be known that I do not support him.
And if it happens before the recess begins Friday, which I guess it might not, you guys will just keep a hold on it and try to take it up again in September.
I hope we can take it up in September, because even I don't know that the witness has been given all the facts that she needs. So I'm very concerned about how they did the investigation, and I'm very troubled by the testimony that the general gave.
And where are you headed next?
Iowa. We're going to have a RV tour in Iowa. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Starting next week.
Henry Gillibrand is the director of fun, and you'll see a lot on our Instagram.
This is your younger son.
My 11-year-old son.
The director of fun.
He's the director of fun. He's already made his T-shirt.
Did you get internship credit for that, or?
Absolutely.
All right.
And your other son was in the audience tonight. Did he
Henry
stay
was
awake?
in the audience tonight. My older son is literally in a canoe in the middle of Canada going to the Hudson Bay. He's canoeing through lakes and rivers. So he is blissfully unaware of his mommy on the debate stage tonight.
All right, Senator, thank you.